action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now real quick, don't forget about the new contest that I have going on here at YouTube, where I'm giving away $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. I talked about the details of the contest in the last news video earlier this week, and if you haven't checked that video out already, I'll be sure to put a link to that in the video description below. Now, it's been fairly slow this week. We're still, a couple weeks after Comic-Con, or what little of Comic-Con we had this year. It's been pretty slow overall, but there were a few things I wanted to go on and share with you news-wise. So first of all, PowerCon, the virtual PowerCon convention, the official He-Man convention, is going to be taking place this weekend, and we do expect some new reveals from Mattel. That's likely going to come Sunday evening or afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in, but around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when the Mattel panel, virtual panel, you have to have Zoom, I believe, in order to be able to watch these. We'll have coverage up on Toy News International for anything new that's actually revealed for the line, but do expect maybe one or two things revealed. Now, also, just today we got official images for the packaging for the PowerCon exclusive box set, the 5-figure box set featuring the Masters of the Universe origin figures. So this set has already sold out, and this is said to be based on the original early prototypes of the figures from the original toy line. This set cost about $270, but we are now getting the actual images showing the packaging for this set. And then one other thing I wanted to share with you, what you might classify as another debacle in the land of Walmart and Target and such. So this week, Masters of the Universe, or I should say last Saturday, was supposed to be the official release of the Masters of the Universe Origins line at Walmart. And I believe I talked about that in the video earlier this week. And of course, when I went to my Walmart, they didn't have anything. I went back later this week, they still didn't have anything. They had shelf tags, but no actual figures or anything. I have seen some people finding stuff, depending where in the country you are, they are showing up at some Walmarts and such. And then trying to get these online has been essentially a crapshoot like always. They come and go, selling out pretty quickly. I saw Skeletor available once this week, actually twice this week, but just Skeletor. And so with like Walmart, you've got to pay like $6 in shipping for one figure, and to me, it's just not worth it. If you had it where you could get like all the stuff at one time, so you could qualify for the free shipping, which I think is if you buy like $34 or something like that, more than $34, you get like free shipping. It would be worth it. But when they just do like one figure at a time and it only lasts for a few seconds, to me, it's just not worth it. I think eventually, these will be fairly widely dispersed. I mean, next year they'll be available everywhere, so it's only this year that they're exclusive to Walmart. So even if I have to wait till next year, I can live with that. But the thing is, where the real debacle came this week is the Teela figure, the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela figure, popped up on the Walmart website, and this was being sold directly by Walmart. It wasn't a third-party seller or anything, and they were actually selling the figure for $36. Believe it or not, and it was up there for most of the day. I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody who actually paid $36. They'd probably be embarrassed to actually admit that they did. Though, I mean, on eBay, the figure is going for $40. So, if you haven't been able to find it for the actual $15 price tag, you'd actually be getting a discount at $36. But Mattel, eventually, we did a story about it on TNI, and I think once Mattel got wind of it, they had Walmart change the price back. Unknown whether it was truly an error or what. Walmart never acknowledged it as an error, and Mattel just simply said that it had been re-edited. The price had been edited back to the $15. And of course, at that point, the figure was then sold out. So, most people, I don't think, had an opportunity to get it at the $15. But for the large part of, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, it was on the website available at $36. And like I said, whether that was actually an error, some people have told me that they've done this with other figures, like some of the Masters of the WWE Universe figures and even some Transformer stuff. So, I don't know what's going on here. These are Walmart exclusives, and it seems like they're kind of limiting the distribution of these. So, I would hope that they're not, doing that deliberately so then they can jack up the prices on these figures. But who knows? Maybe they're seeing people buying these on eBay for $40, and they're like, why can't we get in on the action? It's really, maybe they're experimenting to see how many people actually pay this much money for these figures. But I don't know. But definitely it was kind of fishy, and I certainly wouldn't recommend that you spend that much money on these figures. Like I said, eventually these, even if you have to wait till next year, are not going to be, I don't think are going to be that difficult to actually get your hands on. NECA this week announced that their next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set that was going on sale, their Target exclusive animated series 2-pack that was going on sale this week, the second 2-pack in the wave. The first one to go on sale was the Casey Jones and Foot Soldier, and then the second one, and this is just in the United States because it appears that people overseas have been able to go on and get all 3 2-packs, but here in the U.S. they've been basically putting out one at a time. And so this week was Slash and Leatherhead, the Slash and Leatherhead. So the final set, which will be going up for sale later this month, will be the April O'Neil and the second Foot Soldier. But this week, starting yesterday, was supposed to be when you could start finding these at Target stores. I believe these did go up available on the Target website very briefly, but by the time I got wind of it, they were long sold out. So I don't know if they sold out in seconds or how long, but I do believe they went up available online for a brief period of time yesterday. But they're supposed to be hitting stores. Now I hit 2 Target stores, my 2 local Target stores, yesterday morning when they opened, and neither store had anything, not on the shelf, and nothing listed in the back of the storeroom. So I don't know when my Target will get them. I'm not going to play the game of let me hit my Target every day or multiple times a day waiting for these to show up and be put out on shelves. I don't expect to see these on shelves around here, just like I haven't really seen any of the other Target stuff. And again, admittedly, I'm not going to play the, like I said, if I went to Target every day, if I went back to Target today, if I went back to Target maybe yesterday evening, maybe I would have gotten lucky and found these, but I'm just not willing to do that. So it's just, and frankly, I'm amazed at how many people seem perfectly fine with having to do that to get these things. But that's just me. But like I said, this week, be on the lookout if you're trying to get these. They should have started hitting yesterday, but may not even be until today or what have you. But Leatherhead and the Slash 2-pack is the next one to go up for sale. Store Collectibles this week finally officially announced and revealed official images for their Tekken 7 Jin figure. So they had been teasing this figure. They put out a tease last year, and then they put out a tease last week. I believe they've had this figure on display at some of the conventions, early prototypes, but now it is officially been revealed and going up for pre-order this week. And the figure comes with interchangeable head sculpts, 3 different interchangeable head sculpts. You get interchangeable hands, and then you get that special effect piece for his abilities. And I don't think it's available yet at places like Big Bad Toy Store. I know you can pre-order it directly through Storm Collectibles, and probably should be going up for pre-order pretty soon at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. Super 7 this week officially announced that they are doing new Disney Ultimate figures. So I gotta be honest, I'm not super into Disney characters, so there's not a lot of appeal for this line just in general for me, but calling these Ultimate figures to me is a little bit of a stretch. Yes, they do appear to be chocked with quite a few accessories, which is nice, but they also seem to have very minimal articulation. Just based on the images that were released, it looks like maybe, between 3 and 5 points of articulation on these. So, but as Ultimates, that means they're going to cost in the neighborhood of $45, so they do have a hefty price tag. Now, overall, the reactions I've been seeing on these figures from fans who are, super Disney fans seem to be positive. So, I don't know. Like I said, just in my opinion, calling these Ultimates with how limited the articulation seem to be is a little bit of a stretch. But they do have, again, they do have a lot of accessories, which is really what the Ultimates are supposed to be known for. So you've got, they've announced 3 different figures. You've got the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey Mouse, and he's got multiple head sculpts. He's got the dancing broom. He's got an axe, 2 pails with water in it, and multiple pairs of hands. You've got Pinocchio, which out of the 3 I think is probably the coolest. He comes with Jiminy Cricket and has basically cool accessories as well. He's got a little fish bowl, he's got a little cat, he's got an apple, he's got a book, a school book, he's got 3 different head sculpts. One that has his nose starting to grow, one that has his nose even longer, and then has like a little bird's nest on it, and he does have multiple pairs of hands. And like I said, out of the 3, that's probably the coolest one, I would say. And then the third set that they've announced so far is Prince John. So basically the tiger dressed up as the king, and he also comes with a fair number of accessories. He comes with multiple head sculpts, multiple pairs of hands. He's got the little snake guys, I forget their names, and he's got the mirror and everything as well. So you know, like I said, if you're into Disney, and I think that has maybe a soft goods coat, that one, the Prince John, I think it maybe has a soft goods. I'm not entirely sure. Plush velvet is what they say, so I'm assuming that means it's a soft goods. And again, these are going to cost $45 each, and these should be, I believe these are up for pre-order now at places like, yeah, actually they are up for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to be released. You never know with Super 7 stuff, but if you're into Disney, you might want to check these out. Again, they do have a hefty price tag, but overall they look really good. My only complaint based on these images is just the articulation seems to be pretty limited. Oh, and I believe you can also get them individually. They cost $45, but you can get them as a set, which I believe will cost $135, so a little bit cheaper if you go that route. Super 7 also appears to be teasing that we might be seeing a new reveal for their ThunderCats Ultimates line. So I don't know if they're going to be doing a whole new wave or what have you, but we'll keep you posted on TNI if they do reveal anything. Now I got to be honest, I always love seeing new ThunderCat figures. So, but however, as I understand it, they haven't even released their first wave yet, or maybe they're just now getting ready to start shipping their first wave of ThunderCat figures, which were essentially just the reissues of the Mattel figures. So I don't know. It's always cool to see new product, but at the same time, they've already revealed 3 waves for ThunderCats, and so maybe they want to wait until they actually start getting some of these waves out to people before they start revealing additional stuff and taking pre-orders and stuff. But like I said, if they do reveal anything new for ThunderCats this weekend, we'll have it up on TNI, and I'll probably talk about it early next week. For you Zorro fans, Boss Fight Studios has released some new images and details for their upcoming 4-inch scale Hero Hacks Zorro figures. So they first showed this figure off at Toy Fair back in February, this entire line. Phantom is another one that they're doing, which I believe is going to be the second figure they're releasing in the line. But Zorro is the first that's coming, and they're doing 2 versions of Zorro. So you can get Zorro just on a single card, just the figure itself, and that is going to cost you about $25. And then they're doing it's a little variant of it's not the exact same figure as the one that's on the single card, but the big difference is it comes in a set with his trusty steed. You know, they do the horses, which are nicely articulated and everything, and so you can get him a Zorro with his trusty steed's Tornado, and that set is going to cost you $50. And again, that Zorro figure that comes with the horse is a little bit different than the single pack version. Both figures, I believe, are available for pre-order on the Boss Fight Studio website now, and I'm guessing, I don't think it's up for pre-order yet, but I believe places like Big Bad Toy Store will be carrying these figures as well in the near future. Jazzware officially announced their partnership with Hasbro this week to do Micro Machines. So we've known this is coming. They actually had some of these on display at Toy Fair. Right now, the stuff that they're doing is pretty much just generic stuff, but they have said that they're going to be announcing new licenses for Micro Machines next year. So, you know, Micro Machines are the little tiny cars that were originally released by Hasbro. So they're still working with Hasbro. Jazzwares is. It's a partnership between the two, but these are technically coming from Jazzwares. And, you know, I never was really that much into Micro Machines. I did used to collect the Star Trek ones that they did because I liked the little ships that they did. And they also did like Deep Space Nine that were in scale with the little ships and everything. So I did like those. And I know a lot of people also like the Star Wars Micro Machines that they used to do. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of licenses they actually announce for these beyond just the generic stuff. But if you're into Micro Machines and stuff, this initial batch of things should be hitting shelves now. Oh, and going back to Boss Fight Studio, they also announced this week that they are going to be doing action figures based on the Netflix series Umbrella Academy, which is also a Dark Horse comic book series. So I actually just started watching this series. Season 2 just came out, I believe, this week, but I actually hadn't watched season 1 yet. So I started watching this earlier this week, even before I knew Boss Fight Studio was going to be doing action figures. And I actually think it's a really good series. I've never read the comic books, but I actually thought that the Netflix series was pretty cool. So, these guys, they have essentially they have superpowers and everything. They started out as kids working for their adopted father in the Umbrella Academy, and now they're adults, and they're kind of basically they've had some emotional issues and stuff. They didn't always get along with their father and stuff. It's a pretty good show overall. I'm halfway through season 2 now, so I've been kind of binge watching it. Now, as far as the figures go, I don't know. I'm assuming these are going to be 4-inch scale, but I don't know that 100%. It didn't specifically say in the press release, but that's what it kind of seemed to indicate because it talked about the articulation with their Hacks figures. So I believe these are going to be 4-inch scale, and I don't know, again, there's different versions. There's when they were kids, and they all wore like these kind of like private school type ties, suits and ties with shorts and stuff, and pulled up socks, which number 5 still wears. But I don't know if they'll like start out doing those, or if they'll do their more adult versions, which they don't wear generally. They don't wear like superhero outfits or anything like that. So like I said, they are a little more on the normal looking side, but I do think they can make some pretty interesting figures, and it's definitely a cool series. If you haven't checked it out, if you have Netflix and you haven't checked it out, I do recommend that you do so. Democracy Nations has released official images and information, pre-order information for their SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Bardock figure. So we'd seen this figure before, but it is now available for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. So this figure is going to come with 3 face plates, 2 left hands, 3 right hands, scouter, optional bang parts, and optional ear parts, and a beam attack effect piece as well. And as I said, this figure is available for pre-order now and should be out in February of next year. For you Marvel fans, we've gotten official images from Sentinel just today for their new armor series, fighting armor series Iron Man figure. So I talked about these fighting armor figures the other week when some new images showed up at an overseas event that was taking place. We'd seen the Iron Man figure as well as a few other characters, all wearing Iron Man type armored suits, so Deadpool, Captain America, characters like that. But obviously Iron Man is the first figure that they're doing, which is wearing an actual just Iron Man suit. Now these figures do appear to be in about 6-inch scale, so the Iron Man figure is said to stand about 6.4 inches tall. It's going to have die-cast metal parts. You can see with the one image comparison of their previous Iron Man figures, which were taller, so you can see this is definitely shorter. I don't know how well this will fit in with like Marvel Legends, but I'm thinking there's a good chance that it would look pretty good with a Marvel Legend figure. Definitely, nice paint detail. You've got the clear plastic on his eyes and on his arc reactor there on his chest with the blue, and decent articulation it looks like with the figure. It looks like you can get him in pretty good poses and everything. So I don't know if you want to get all the figures in this line, because again, the other characters they're doing are variations of other Marvel characters, but all wearing like Iron Man type suits. So this is really the only one that's going to be kind of like a standard Marvel Comics character. But this one is due out in November of this year, should be going up for pre-order pretty soon. And again, this is part of the armor series coming from Sentinel. Okay, that's it for today. The only thing I wanted to share with you is I just wanted to share some kind of area reports of things that seem to be starting to hit shelves now. So one of the things about this year is release dates seem to be really off no matter what it is. In fact, you would think because of COVID things would be delayed, but it really is that things seem to be getting released much sooner than initially announced. Like a lot of the stuff wasn't supposed to be due out until like October, November, and it's starting to hit shelves now. So we've got like the Marvel Legends retro Spider-Man figures are hitting Target, and most of the stuff is hitting Target. So I don't know what it is about Target, but Target seems to be the favorite place right now where everything is getting released first. So, these aren't exclusive to Target, so if you can't find them at Target, and Target does only seem to be getting limited numbers of these things, so they are selling out quickly. but don't fret too much because you will be able to get these pretty much anywhere. You can pre-order them at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store if you want to secure them. They'll be available Amazon, things like that. So it's not like the G.I. Joe Cobra Island stuff, but a lot of stuff is hitting Target stores now. So you've got those retro Spider-Man figures, you've got the Deadpool wave with the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure that's hitting Target. The recently we just went up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store, the Punisher and Bike set that is apparently hitting Target stores now as well. We're getting the War Machine figure, the deluxe War Machine figure, the deluxe Age of Apocalypse figure. Those are all been hitting Target stores. So Target and the second wave of G.I. Joe classified figures, on top of the Cobra Island stuff, the second wave with Cobra Commander, Gung Ho, and the Red Ninja, those are also hitting Target stores now as well. So, like I said, if you can't find them, I wouldn't kill yourself trying to find them at Target, but if you're one of those that have to have it as soon as they come out, then you might want to start checking your local Target store. Now, so I already mentioned about how the Masters of the Universe Origins stuff is supposed to be hitting Walmart stores now, and they put up the second wave of Origin figures, I believe, yesterday for pre-order, which I think have all sold out already. The second wave with like Man-E-Faces and Trapjaw and such. So those will probably start hitting. I don't know exactly when those are going to be released, but they did go up for pre-order this just yesterday on the Walmart website. And then also hitting Walmart stores are Jazzware's new AEW figures. So if you've been looking forward to those should start hitting soon. And I also think their Halo figures are going to start hitting shelves pretty soon here at like Walmart and such. So I haven't seen any reports of people finding those. I have seen people finding the AEW stuff. My Walmart didn't have any of it, but I have seen some people finding that stuff. So if you're looking to go out to stores, if you want to risk COVID and all that stuff, make sure you wear your mask. But there is a number of new product hitting shelves beyond just the exclusive stuff. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Oh, and next week Hasbro is going to be doing another Fan Friday event next Friday, and it's going to be for Power Rangers, so I'm expecting some new Power Ranger reveals next Friday. As I mentioned, Super 7 has teased that we might be getting some new ThunderCat Ultimate reveals this weekend. We should be getting some new Masters of the Universe Origin reveals this weekend from PowerCon. So I probably will be doing another news video on Monday or Tuesday of next week to kind of recap all that stuff, depending on how much new stuff is actually revealed. And of course, anything that is revealed we'll have up immediately on the websites TNI and such. So be sure to check those out if you're not already. So stay safe out there, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News Message Boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.